Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to draw in your own eyebrows and also do your own eyebrow wax. First, you want to use a good eyebrow pencil. I particularly like to use a color, it's called brown black. It just looks more natural. So I'm going to get as close as I can so that you guys can see what I'm doing. First, you want to concentrate on the right eyebrow and you want to begin in the inner creases of your eyebrow. If you guys saw, or if you can see my other eyebrow, I still have hair there. It's not a lot, but it's just really all over the place. So what I'm doing is I'm going in there and I am creating my own eyebrow with the eyebrow pencil. You want to go in with light strokes as you're laying the foundation of your eyebrow. So you want to take your time and you want to make sure that you have a mirror pretty close so you can see what you're doing. I do not recommend trying to do this application just simply standing in front of a regular mirror in the bathroom. You want to have a handheld mirror to get as close as you can. And you're basically going to just draw that eyebrow on. You're going to follow the natural shape and the natural hair growth of your eyebrow. Even if you don't have a lot there, you still want to kind of follow the actual hair growth of your own hair on your eyebrows. So again, we're going to start in the beginning part of your eyebrow. You want to do light strokes with the eyebrow pencil. You do not want to go in too heavy on this part. That is where, you will get like a heavy line, and that is not attractive. So you definitely want to just kind of go in with light strokes. And what you're doing here is you're literally following the shape of the hair on your eyebrow, or you're following the shape that you want. So if the hair on your eyebrow does not grow the way you want it to, you're just using that pencil to kind of create the foundation of the actual shape that you do want. Now, this is definitely going to take some time if you have never done this before. But that's the good thing about having an eyebrow pencil. You can wipe it away and start over from scratch if you do not like the shape. The goal is to get the left eyebrow the same as the right eyebrow as much as you can. Sometimes my eyebrows are not super perfect, but you know what? It takes time. So as you can see, I'm following that arch on my eyebrow. I'm following that shape. I personally like a high arch on my eyebrow. I think it's very attractive. I think it gives you an automatic facelift, and it's just overall nice looking. So once you have that eyebrow drawn on the shape that you wanted, you can go ahead and get you a Q-tip, and you're just going to kind of, if you have any additional smudges or anything, or if you just want to shape it a little more, you're just going to use that Q-tip to kind of outline it a little bit and just kind of get any extra smudges out the way. Now, this right here, like I said, is laying the blueprint for your eyebrow. Next, you're going to get some eyebrow wax. You can get this off of Amazon. You will have to purchase your own wax machine. This is not a complete video about waxing. I'll do another video on that later, but you're basically going to heat your wax up to the desired temperature, and you're going to apply your wax to the actual hair that is left on the outer rim of the eyebrow. So whatever is left over outside of the pencil that you just drew on, any hair I call it wild hair, any wild hair that's just kind of left over, that is the hair that you're going to apply the wax to. And this is basically giving us our perfect shape. So you have your foundation, you've drawn on your eyebrow. Now you're getting rid of all the wild hair, so that we just have that perfect line that we have created for our eyebrow. You're just going to apply that wax. This is the hard wax. So once it hardens, you're just going to stretch your skin, and you're going to take the tips, just kind of lift up the corner. And once you get a grasp of that little corner, you're just going to pull it in the opposite direction of your hair, that your hair grows. And as you can see, it took off all that extra hair. So we have already drawn on our eyebrow. We've already gotten it to the shape that we want. And now we're just going in and we're cleaning it up. All of the additional hair, we are getting rid of that extra hair. These eyebrows are going to look just perfect after you're done, like you went to a spa. Next, we're going to go ahead and go across the top. Across the top, you do kind of just want to put more of a thinner layer or a thinner application. And you just want to make sure you're not really overlapping that eyebrow that you have drawn on there. Right now, we're just literally focusing on the extra hair that is left over on the top of the drawn on eyebrow that we've created. This is just cleaning it up. This is going to give you that extra lift. I call it an eye lift. When you arch your eyebrows, it literally changes your entire look. So if you have never played around with arching your eyebrows, definitely play around with it. It literally creates a beautiful look. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go over to our next eye. And again, we are applying the wax to all of that wild hair that is sitting below our, I call it a line of demarcation. So the line of demarcation is basically the line between where you drew the eyebrow on and the hair. So we're just getting rid of all of that extra hair. You never want to use a pencil to draw your eyebrows on and you have just additional hair underneath and on top that just looks a hot mess. You do not want to do that. Going in and using tweezers after you draw your eyebrows on, that is not going to get the hair. That's not enough. You will be in the mirror all day tweezing every single hair. So this is a really good alternative. Just get you some wax and just wax the eyebrows yourself. Again, I'm stretching that skin and I'm just lifting up that corner right there. And then once it hardens, we're just going to go ahead and pull it real fast, and you're going to pull it in the opposite direction, and it's going to take all that additional hair off. You want to get all that hair. You should see no hair. If there are a little few hairs left, don't worry about that. I'll show you at the end how we're going to get rid of that. And again, like with the right eye, on the left eye, we're just going to do that last application on the top. And again, you want to be very careful when you're applying it on the top because you do not want it to overlap onto the eyebrow. You want to just be really careful. Make that application much more thinner and just really follow that line. You're just focusing on the hair, the little extra hairs that you see. I'm just going to lift up that corner and pull fast in the opposite direction that your hair grows. Those eyebrows are already looking very good. I do try to get my eyebrows match to match, but sometimes, sometimes it's not perfect. Sometimes you have to kind of go over it again. Here, we're going to go back in and I'm just going to fill in The edges, when I put the wax on there, it may have taken some of the eyebrow pencil off, so we definitely want to go back in there and fill that in. And you can also use this time to just shape it and make sure that the eyebrows kind of match one another, and just fill in whatever areas you feel that need to, kind of fill in to match the other side. We're going to go in with our Q-tip again, and we're just going to kind of clean that up, clean the corners up. Now, this is the time when you can actually go in with your tweezers, and I don't really have too much hair left over. I think I have a few little hairs here and there, but you're just going to go in and you're just going to tweeze those little hairs. Tweezing 1 or 2 or even 3 hairs here or there is much better than just tweezing a lot of hair. That's the whole purpose of doing the wax. The wax gets rid of all that hair for you. So use the tweezers just for the end. People stop me all the time on the street and ask me, where did I get my eyebrows done? Who did my eyebrows? Where did I go? And I simply tell them I did them. People are very surprised when I tell them that I did my own eyebrows. You can save a lot of money. It's cost efficient, it's free, and you can continue working on it until you get the desired result that you want, If you go to a salon, they might mess up on your eyebrow, waxing it or shaping it. And guess what? You're stuck with that shape for the next 2 weeks until your hair grows in, or you're gonna have to take your whole eyebrow off and start over. So this is a great way for you to practice, for one, drawing them yourself so that you can learn to draw them the way you like them and save money at the same time. And that is how you create your do-it-yourself perfect eyebrows at home. No paying extra money, no going to these nail salons that claim they can do your eyebrows for you. You can do it yourself at home. A lot of these nail salons will advertise that they can shape your eyebrows for you, wax your eyebrows for you. In my opinion, it is a waste of money because you can actually purchase your eyebrow waxing kit yourself online at Amazon and practice at home and do it yourself. I have found that this is the easiest way, which is to shape the eyebrow first with your eyebrow pencil and then go back in and wax the hair that's left over. That is honestly the easiest way, because if you're just going in with the wax without pre-drawing your eyebrow on, you don't have a direction. You're not following like a blueprint. So that is the best way. By drawing your eyebrow on yourself, you're able to get practice and you're able to, erase it if you don't like it. If the eyebrows don't match, erase them, restart over and get them perfect or the way that you like them. Once your eyebrows are to your desire, then you can go back in and wax and then follow through at the end with your tweezers. I have saved so much money over the years. Eyebrows do grow in quite quick, so if you are depending on a nail salon or a spa to shape and wax your eyebrows, you will be going in every 2 weeks. Typically probably paying about maybe $40 a month on your eyebrows. Who has time for that in this economy? You can do it yourself at home. Tattooing eyebrows on, I know that's another option, but hey, that costs money. So this is my way. This is the most effective way and the best way that I have found that works for me, and hopefully it will work for you too.